Hello, my dear friends. My dear friends, I'm once again back with a beautiful poem from Walt Whitman. You know, Walt Whitman is one among the greatest 19th century American poets. This beautiful poem was the part, or probably the first poem, of the fifth edition of Leaves of Grass. This was included in the fifth edition of Leaves of Grass in the year 1871. The title of the poem is right in front of you. Oneself I Sing. You know, Leaves of Grass is one of the most important collection of poems by Walt Whitman that is all about democracy, all about liberty, all about freedom. And this beautiful small lyrics holds all the key points that the poems of Walt Whitman are read for. So let's study this beautiful poem line by line that runs a course of 9 lines. Oneself I Sing. This poem was written, remember, in the year 1867, but published as first poem of final phase of Leaves of Grass. Remember, this was included as the first poem of the fifth edition of Leaves of Grass in the year 1871, known as descriptions, and the last phase of Leaves of Grass actually was known as what? Inscriptions section. First phase of Leaves of Grass means first edition of Leaves of Grass came in 1855 with 12 poems. Second edition 1856, and after that many editions came one after the other till 1885-89 around. Why? Because in 1892 this poet died. So now let's look at this beautiful lyric that runs a course of only 9 lines, written in free verse. Free verse, no fixed, just a meter, means the length of the poem, the length of the line of the poem varies. One is long, whereas the short, and no rhyme scheme. So if there is an absence of rhyme, an absence of the length, it is free verse or verse lyric. And remember, my dear friends, he is known as the father of free verse. In this beautiful poem, he is celebrating the individuality, he is celebrating the togetherness and collectiveness. So let's begin. Oneself I sing, a simple separate person. So see, in the first line of the poem he says that he sings means he celebrates the individuality of one and all. It means he says, he means to say that, or he means to make the people of his own country realize or understand that one and all are very important. How can one man be ignored? One man cannot be ignored. Ignoring a one man can lead to a great problem and complication for the development of a country. Means one and all individuals are very, very important for building the very foundation of the democracy of the country. And only then, if the foundation of the country is not strong enough, how can one build the growth and the progress and the harmony of the country? And how then a country can grow and progress? So he says here, oneself I sing, a simple separate person means he says, I'm celebrating the individuality, I'm celebrating the importance and value of each and every individual of American. But in the next line, he reverses and he speaks about the democracy. He speaks about the togetherness and collectiveness. He says, yet utter the word democratic, the word in mass, and mass a French word that means collectiveness. So he says that if I celebrate and sing the individuality, sing the song of the individuality, it does not mean I cannot or I averse or abhor what democracy. I abhor collectiveness. No, because these individuals, if one and all, we people do not understand the value of each and every individual, how can those individuals come together for building the very foundation of the democracy, building the very found of the collectiveness? And if the people of the country are not united, collected together, building of the foundation of the country can never be solid and strong. Of physiology from the top to toe I sing. So he says that if the headpiece, this head has a great importance, we cannot ignore the importance of the toe. How can we ignore the importance of the finger? These fingers on our hand. In the same manner, can we ignore the importance of the toes on our feet? No. So if the head is important, each and every parts of the body important, and each and every part of the body are very, very important to give the symmetry and shape of this body that it has. If we look the way we look, it's all because of the importance and value, and all because of each and every body part. If one body part goes missing, you can imagine and understand how does this human body look, and how will this human body look in the absence of one body part missing. For example, a small finger, if a single finger is missing, you can better understand. So same is the case if, just as each and every body part is important, in the same manner, one and all, each and every individual, each and every person in a country is important, because those people, because each and every individual come together, particularly for building the nation, particularly for building the foundation of the nation, for ensuring the healthy growth of the country. So he says, physiology, physiology is just a branch of biology that studies the very function of the human body. So for the normal function of the human body, each and every part of the body is important. In the same manner, for the normal functioning of a country, each and every individual is important. See, nor physiognomy. Physiognomy means the face. Face means the external look alone, nor brain is worthy for the muse. So he says, neither the external look is only important, nor the brain only is important. One and all are important. There should be collectiveness. There should be togetherness. If we ignore one part, we cannot achieve the collectiveness. We will definitely miss something very, very important. So we should value one and all, each and every person, just as each and every body part ensure the normal functioning of the body. See, I say the form complete is worthy of us. So he says, I mean to say that we should try our best to give value to one and all, because until and unless we value one and all, each and every individual, we cannot build the very foundation of the progress and growth of the country. So we cannot ignore one. We cannot value a certain class of the people, and we cannot value and ignore the certain class of the people, because if we do that, we'll fail to achieve the collectiveness, achieve the togetherness. And if we fail to achieve this, get this, we fail to get what we can get or the country can get. So see, the female equally with the male, I think. So he says, if the male is very important for this country, for the world, in the same manner the female is. Is it possible to allow the country to go in the absence of the female? No. How will this procreation continue in the absence of the women? So for the procreation of this generation, of this human race, male and female are equally important. In the same manner for the growth and development and progress of the country, both of the genders are equally important. So he says, I'm not only singing or celebrating the male, but I'm celebrating the female too. Of life immense in passion, pulse and power, and he's celebrating and enjoying the passion, those strong desires, those varied colors and shades of the human life, that strength of this human life. But how can he ignore the importance of the divine law, the importance of the law and order? Because if there is the absence of law and order, there is a possibility of the anarchy to break out. And if the anarchy breaks out, the situation will become very chaotic. And in a chaotic situation, what happens? There is no uniformity, there is no unity, there is no growth, and only destruction. So law and order is very, very important. We must not go blind in enjoying our individuality, our liberty, our freedom, our rights. Because if we go blind in enjoying our rights and strength and power, and the shades definitely will disturb others, will deprive others of their rights, of their liberty. So no problem in celebrating and enjoying our liberty, our strength and power. But we should always try our level best to remember that we should we should enjoy, we should celebrate our strength and liberty and the beauty of this life, bearing in mind that our celebration must not go in an unmindful manner, uncontrolled manner, because if we go celebrating in unmindful and uncontrolled manner, will definitely intervene and interfere with others, with the liberty and the celebration of the others, and that will lead to a kind of a destruction, or lead to a kind of a complications and problems. So he says, life is cheerful, for freest action formed under the law divine, the modern man I sing. And modern man, they say the 19th century man. So he says, we all should enjoy our strength, the varied shades and the colors of the life, the beauty of the life, the strength of this life, the power the God has given us, the beauty and the strength the God has given us, the shade and the color the God given us. But we always remember one thing, that we should celebrate, we should enjoy in a controlled, in a disciplined, in a certain, you can say, just we should all the time remember one thing, that we should keep our strength, we should keep our celebration in a reasonable degree, because if it goes out of control, it will definitely intervene and interfere others, and that would be the breach of that right that each and every individual has by birth. So my dear friends, I hope this beautiful poem of just Walt Whitman would now become absolutely clear for you. You would have understood each and every line of the poem. Provided that you find some complications, do let me know. Now let's look at some figure of speeches. See, I sing, simple, separate. See, in the first line, beautiful use of alliteration, because sing, simple, separate, all these three words begin with S letter. So this a beautiful example of alliteration. Now let's sing, yet, utter, the word democratic, the word in mass. You can say that here in the first line he celebrates what? Individuality, but in the next line, democracy, collectiveness. So there is a contrast. So you can say that contrast is also here of physiology. Yes, physiology from top to toe. Again, see, top to toe, all these three words begin with T, means again alliteration. Not physiognomy alone, nor brain. See, beautiful example of, you can say that what? Brain stands for human body, means beautiful example of scenic ducky, you can say that. Is worthy for the muse, I say the form complete is worthier far. The female equally with the male I sing. So male, female, again talking about the human body, whole human body, means again you can say we have the good use of scenic ducky, of immense in passion, pulse and power, cheerful, for freest action formed under the law divine, the modern man I sing. So the modern man I sing, I hope this poem would now be absolutely clear to you. Provided that you find some complication, dear friends, do let me know. That's it in this video, my dear friends.